Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fuller Homestead. My name is Brian. Exciting day on the homestead because today we get meat chickens and we get rabbits. In the past, I think I had shared with you those things were going to be about a week apart, and that's because my brain doesn't always work well and I forget things. So I went back and looked at the calendar, and sure enough, this was the week for the rabbits and the meat chickens. I thought maybe I had an extra week on the chickens, but alas, I was wrong. So I'm going to get the chickens in the mail today, and then I'm also going to go and make a trip to get the rabbits today. That's about a 45-minute drive or so. So I'm gonna do a couple of little things here before I find out that the chickens have arrived at the post office. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the brooder so I can have them ready. I'm gonna clean out the bed of the truck and get the cages back there. I'm gonna put 2 cages in there and get ready for my drive, about 45 minutes or so from here to the rabbitry, and pick up 3 does and 1 buck. Look at that, look at that horsefly trying to intimidate me. You can't intimidate me. Okay, you can a little bit. Where'd he go? Anyway, I don't know why I'm standing here talking. Let's get to it. If you followed our journey, the time that we got 60 chicks from Tractor Supply at one time, you'll recognize this bin. It's what we used as our brooder for them, that and a plastic bin. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get a hose, maybe even the power washer, spray this out, clean it up. A little bit of pine shavings here. It might be enough for day one, but when I go into town, I'll make sure I grab some more. I've got enough waters for each of these bins to have one. I may pick up some more of those as well. And then I'll also have to steal some feeders, either steal some feeders from the laying hens, or I'll have to go buy some more. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and grab some new ones while I'm out as well. And then for this bin, I'm gonna have to clean it out because it's a little dirty. I just got a call that our chicks are in. We ordered 25 meat chickens from Windy Meadows Hatchery in Campbell, Texas. Our first time dealing with them, or any hatchery for that matter. But I happen to have found them on the internet, and I know a lot of people in the homesteading world, you know, they gravitate towards 1 or 2 larger hatcheries. This seems to be a smaller one in comparison, but we wanted to give them the business to start off since we are as well a small company at this point. Let me go ahead and continue driving, and once we pick them up at the post office, I'll check back in with you. All right, so we're just leaving the post office. I got the chicks, they are right here. I'll be straight up honest with you, it smells horrible. And I don't mean just like chicken poop horrible, I mean like something dead horrible. So, whew, may have to roll down the window here in a second. Kind of not wanting to open that box. Hopefully it's just bad smelling chickens and not a dead one or 2. At least we know there's some that are live. We got our Cornishes back from the post office, supposed to be 25 in here. We're gonna go ahead and get them in, get some water for them, and then we'll put some feed in there. As I mentioned in the truck, there is a bad smell coming from here. So hopefully it is nothing more than just bad poop. It's our first experience with meat chickens and Cornish crosses, and I have heard that they smell horrible to begin with. They're cute as all get out right now though. Make sure they can get a little bit of water if they want some. Just put their beaks in there real quick so they know where it is. Kind of a semi-violent looking thing, but at least now they know. They can go exploring, have a little bit more room to run around in their shipping box. And then after this, I'll get some feed and get a heat lamp. I guess I should be counting. That would have been smarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 9 there. 10. Stinky birds. Oh, nope, there's a dead one under there. I see it now. I see it. That one looks like he's been in there for a while. Like a long while. Can you see that? That's what it was shipped with. All right, there they are, enjoying a little bit of water and a little more leg room. I may end up splitting some of these up just so they got more room. I'll get some feed in there as well. It's about 66 degrees in the shop. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of heat lamps just in case. All right, so the chicks are in safely. I'm gonna tidy up just a little bit around here and we'll move on to the next thing. Our big day continues here at Fuller Homestead as I am back in the truck, headed towards Damascus, Arkansas to pick up our rabbits. Now, I actually pulled over to the side of the road in a parking lot here because I'm way earlier than I thought I would be. I knew the roads headed out this way were a little curvy, so I thought, well, I'll give myself some extra time. But it turns out I'm about 25 minutes earlier than I thought I would be. In case you're wondering, I'll be fully transparent, what we're paying for these rabbits. For the 3 does and the buck is 40 bucks, so it's $10 a rabbit. These are New Zealand's, and so they are a meat rabbit. That really did fall in line with other people that I talked to, anywhere from $10 to $15 per rabbit at this age. So we're only talking like 5-6 weeks old because they've just been weaned. I don't know how much filming I will do while I'm there on the property. We'll ask permission, of course. All right, so it is the next morning after bringing the rabbits home. By the time I got them put up in their cages, it was pretty dark, and so it wasn't great for filming. I tried to, didn't work real good. So let's go out and see what we got. We're actually gonna do a project real quick because the high today is supposed to be about 99 degrees. And I've got some water bottles that are freezing inside. I've also got a mister that I just picked up this morning at Tractor Supply that we're gonna set up. I just hope I have enough hose to get all the way out here. So let me introduce you to the crew. So this is our buck. He is a giant Flemish. When I went there to the rabbitry, I wanted to get 4 New Zealand's, and what I ended up finding was that the brothers and sisters from a couple of different litters were actually in the same cages. And he was like, hey, I can't really guarantee that, you know, I'm gonna get you a buck from a different litter. And while I know technically you can breed brothers and sisters, I just was trying to avoid that. So I saw this guy over there and I said, hey, what about this giant Flemish? And he said, yeah, you know, he's available for sale. And I had seen his daddy. His daddy's gorgeous. And I thought, well, I'll try to do this. If nothing else, we should have some really pretty bunnies if some just want to buy some for pets. Now, he's only 5 weeks old, as are the New Zealand does. And so I do need to wait a little longer. I was hoping to get a buck that was a little bit older, but there just wasn't one available. Okay, here's the project. We're going to get the cardboard out of here. We just put the cardboard in real quick, just so they'd have some place to get off of their feet. I am gonna put some pieces of wood in here. We're gonna try to get the hoses out so we can get the misters on, because like I said, it's gonna be hot today. I'm gonna give you a closer look at the does here in a second, but I wanna go ahead and get these hoses run and get this mister started. Let me see if I can show you what one we bought today. The little kit that we're gonna try is this Orbit. This is just the basic kit. I believe it's got like a 10-foot lead and then 12 feet of misting hose. And we're gonna put this was about 25 bucks at Tractor Supply. I'm gonna get some hoses set up, run out there. Like I said, I hope I have enough. I've got 2 larger hoses here. No, I got 3, so that should be fine. We just hopefully don't need hoses anywhere else real soon. Never used one of these before. It says it's pretty easy from the reviews to put together, so I'm assuming it will be. In case you're interested, it does have a regular hose connector, and then you can see where the little misters are already in there. I believe this one has 12. This one comes with 22-foot pre-assembled 3/8" flex tubing. It also has brass and stainless steel mist nozzles, which I'm assuming are still in here. Yeah, so they're tiny little ones in this hardware here. And then it has clips, looks like 12 mounting clips for it, a hose washer, and an automatic drain valve. I think what I'm gonna do, obviously I can't use the clips with the nails here, so I'm probably just gonna go get some zip ties and zip tie it to the inside of these cages. I'm not really sure I can get through all of the holes, so it'll probably be on the outside of the cages, and then I'll just mist them in. So it does have quite a bit of lead here before the first one. I believe online it said 10 feet, and then it has 12 nozzles. We'll see how far around I can get. Trying to go around and make sure that these nozzles are turned down, but I am having a little bit of a trouble doing that. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, turn down for what? Okay, there's your dad joke for today. Just keep that in your pocket. Might want to use it later. I'm gonna put the little nozzles on first because they're probably gonna be inside the cage. In case you're wondering how Jack or the other animals are dealing with having the rabbits on here, Jack is totally fascinated with them. Would love to play. He normally does good, but every now and then when they're hopping around, jumping, he just almost can't contain himself trying to get at him. I kind of hope one of them pees on him just to show him, you know. I think it may be better to go down the middle, because if I try to go around, it's not going to work. So I'm going to take the tin off, which is going to freak out the rabbits, and I'm going to try to run it right down the middle. I think that'll be better. So after a lot of finagling, I finally got a mister in each one of the cages. Now I recognize that the purpose of the mister is not necessarily to get the rabbits wet, right? It's just to cool down the circulating air. So there's plenty of space for them to not be in the way of the mister, I guess depending on the way that the air is blowing at the time. But it does seem to be something that they're enjoying. One of them is actually just laying down. In fact, it's this one right here. She's just laying down with the mister and her nose pointed up. So seems to be enjoying it as it cools down. And it's not actually even that hot yet. I've got the water bottles, as I mentioned, sitting in the freezer. I'll bring those up once it gets a little bit warmer, probably after lunch sometime. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for stopping in. I apologize for the spacing of the videos recently. We've had a lot to do in town. We've had company come in, and then just like things come up. Like yesterday, I did something to my back and was pretty much not incapacitated, but walking around doing a whole lot was not happening. So I ended up spending some time in the shop putting some stuff on eBay, because that's about all I felt like I could do. But, you know, at least something productive, right? If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping in. We'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel and then follow our journey as we make this into our homestead. If you think it's warranted, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, it lets us know what kind of videos that you like and what you'd like to see more of. And to be more specific on that, if you have some questions or some comments, even if it's helpful criticism, we're happy to take that. Just put it in the comments below. We try to reply to everyone as soon as possible. Thanks again for stopping in. We hope you guys have a great day.